This is the plaintiff, Craig Delk. He says he was riding his bike when the defendant's dog charged at him, jumped him, and bit his leg. The defendant's dog is vicious, a menace who terrorizes the neighborhood. This is his 7th attack, and he must be stopped before the thing kills someone. He's suing for $2,500 for medical bills and pain and suffering. This is the defendant, Chad Turnbull. He says his dog Zane isn't aggressive. It's the plaintiff who has it out for his dog, and he intentionally baits him to come over to him when he rides on his bike. Zane did jump up to greet him. He may have scratched his leg. The doctor's visit cost $100 because there was nothing wrong with him, and all this guy's looking for is a big payout. He's accused of a doggy dilemma. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $2,000 for stress and slander.
All parties, please use your right hands. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome,
Craig Delk, you are suing Chad Turnbull because his dog attacked you, and not for the first time. Tell me what is going on.
Thank you, Your Honor, for hearing the case this morning. This is a very serious matter in the neighborhood. We have a total of 6 attacks. My first introduction to the dog was on October 1st when my girlfriend and I...
What year?
2017, Your Honor. We were riding our bikes. We were 2.5 blocks from the defendant's home when the pit bull ran up and attacked my 2 dogs.
Did you see where the dog came out of or no?
No, but I knew that he had the dog. I know the dog because I'm his neighbor.
So your dogs, how many dogs? You had 2 dogs at the time?
I had 2 dogs at that time.
And they were on a leash while you're riding your bike?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
The dog came up and bit one dog, and then my dog protected itself, and it was a tit for tat, until the dog realized that it, wasn't going to win the fight, and kind of just
Now, what
went
kind of dogs
off.
do you have?
A pit bull and a lab mix.
And then he has a pit bull?
And he has a pit bull.
Okay, go on.
Okay. The 25th of October, one of my dogs passed away to cancer, so I had the one dog. I came out at 8:15 in the morning. I noticed that his kids and wife were in the front yard getting ready to go to school. All of a sudden, one pit bull came running out of the house and attacked my dog. And, I was grabbing the dog when all of a sudden his other pit bull came out and attacked my dog. I was trying to prevent his dogs from locking onto my dog. And I'm kicking him, and I'm hitting both the dogs with everything I got, yelling and screaming at his wife to come and help, to come get the dogs. A split second, they let go, and I picked my dog up. When I did that, they attacked me.
Okay.
One dog attacked my feet, bit me on my knees.
This happened when?
The 25th of October, 2017.
Okay.
Just a couple weeks later from the first attack.
Okay. Were you injured in the first attack?
No.
Okay.
No.
So
No.
You went to court on the October attacks, right, of 2017?
The 25th of October, yes, Your Honor.
All right. And did you 2 settle?
I got a judgment against him. He made 4 payments, and I had to file that he defaulted on that.
So what's going on with collecting the rest of that money?
We have ongoing litigation.
All right. So go on. What happens next?
Okay. I was riding my bike.
When?
May 29th, 2018.
Okay.
I was a block down the street. I get to the corner, and I see his pit bull running down the street.
Did you have your dogs with you this time?
No,
Okay.
no. I was riding on my own.
Okay.
And he was jumping up, trying to knock me off the bike. And when he was jumping up about the 4th or 5th time, he took a bite. He bit me on my calf. And after he bit me, I kicked him really hard in the stomach, and I turned right and went down the street, and he kept chasing me, and I heard the defendant's wife yelling at the dog. Well, she finally got in the truck and came down the street to get the dog, and I got off my bike and hid behind some cars.
Okay.
I ditched the dog, and I was hiding behind some cars, and then finally she was able to get the dog in the truck and took it home.
Okay.
And then I went home and called the police and the animal control. And
Okay. So you had said in the beginning of this lawsuit that there were 6 or 7 times. The other 3 happened to other people?
Yes, Your Honor. While all this is going on, what makes this just so appalling and so upsetting for everybody in the neighborhood is that There's 3 other attacks that have happened. These are all signed affidavits that we have filed with animal control. He's been fined. Animal control, when they go over to his house, they don't answer the door. They forget, they don't answer the door, they ignore them, they ignore the phone calls, the
But I
letters.
understand, why doesn't animal control isn't like a powerless dummy, or they shouldn't be.
Right.
You know, if they are trying to, you had said in your complaint that they have a seize order that he's supposed to turn in the dog. Where did you get that? Do you have that in writing somewhere? Because he denies that that's true.
He has told the judges when we were in court that he was going to surrender the dog
To whom?
to animal control.
Did the judge order you to surrender the dog?
I did surrender my dog.
Did the judge order you to surrender the dog?
No, Chad,
No.
surrender.
Give up the dog.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay, when you say I did surrender my dog, you were going to say quarantine. You're talking about the
Quarantine,
quarantine.
yes.
All right. So then the dog. Why don't you can stand, right?
Yes.
Come on up here. I can't hear you from that chair. You're not
Sorry.
mic'd. That's okay. All right. So the dog has been quarantined how many times?
Once for
All right,
10 days.
How many times has your dog gotten out?
The dog's gotten out about probably
5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why does this keep happening?
The last time he got out, the little boy across the street, he happens to come over when the kids are at school, and he'll open up the door to see if I'm home. And now we lock the door because the last time the dog
What does
got
it take
out.
6 times? And not only that, you've got video of the dog running loose after biting him. I mean, your dog gets loose all the time. Why? Who keeps opening the door and letting the dog out?
The
Or who
kids.
keeps leaving the door unlocked? Well, no,
It's-
see, the kids are kids. That's why,
Right.
you know? But you're the adults. Why aren't the two of you making sure your pit bull doesn't roam the neighborhood?
Right.
Without you having it on a leash.
Right.
But you guys, this appears to have happened over and over and over. Let me see the affidavits from the other people. Did those people, when you say affidavits, are these animal control complaints?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right.
Those are notarized complaints.
So you have the whole neighborhood is angry at you. Mm-hmm. Your dog,
Zane,
Zane, is how old?
he's 3.
And do you want to tell me how sweet-natured he is?
He is a good dog.
He does party tricks?
He jumped. He thought it was great when he was jumping on the trampoline a week before that.
Well, he apparently thinks it's so good he videoed it. I got to see this. Is that your dog jumping on the trampoline?
With the kids, yeah.
I don't see the kids. I just see the
No,
dog.
just the dog.
Yeah, because they're on the trampoline.
No, they're not.
How old are your kids?
My kids are 9 and 7.
They should be jumping higher than the dog. What the heck? I don't see the dog.
They-
They might not have been.
It doesn't. I mean, look, maybe they weren't there. That's what I
But
think. I
normally
think
they
weren't
do
there.
play on the trampoline with my dog.
You don't even have to walk this dog. You can just
The driveway is the concrete.
Has the dog ever jumped off from the trampoline?
No.
Yeah, I don't think it gets that high, although.
No.
Who's that coming by?
Yeah, that's another neighbor.
Zane's obviously not going berserk, is he?
No, honey, please don't cop an attitude, because your dog has gotten out.
I realize
hundreds.
that.
Yeah, I know. Your dog can't just keep getting out. Okay.
And we have every intention on sending him someplace else to live.
Except for you haven't. So I don't want to hear about your intentions. Intentions mean nothing to me. Action means something to me. And now this is a video of the dog out and the family trying to leash the dog and bring the dog back in.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And this video was taken when?
The dates on the video, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was recent because he was attacked on the 29th of December.
Was he attacked or approached?
February 26th. There's no. See, here's the thing. You seem to think attacked or approach makes a difference. Show me your injuries. Let's see your injuries from the approach.
That's the bite
Yeah.
when I was riding my bike, Your Honor.
Yeah. You didn't end up with stitches or anything, right?
I did not.
Okay. Did you have to get a tetanus shot?
I did.
Do you have the medical record so I can see what you went through?
Yes.
How short are your shorts? What do you want? I mean, it's Florida and all, but you're on a sidewalk here. What's going on?
Yeah, I pulled up my leg a little bit there.
Gotcha. All right, let me hear from you. Okay, what's your defense to this case? The questions get harder from here, honey.
What's your defense, Chad?
I don't
you
know.
can talk
I know
for him
my
if he's
dog's
shy.
not supposed to get out. I just,
You just think he's hamming it up?
he's a good dog. I do. I think he's hamming it up.
Okay.
I mean, because I get hurt all the time at work. I'm a construction. I build houses.
Maybe you're just tougher than the rest of us.
You know, it's like I get a little scratch. It's like big deal. I walk it off, And
Right.
if that were to happen, I understand that he's upset about my dog. But
when do people have a right for you guys to do what everybody else has to do, which is not let your dog out?
I understand, but everybody has been told by him that he's this horrible dog, and he's really not a horrible dog.
No. Let me just say something. Your dog's the best dog in the world.
No.
I'm going to show that trampoline video to my kids. I think it's awesome. But we're not, when we go to court, we're not punishing the dog. We're punishing you too. You understand? Like any remedy that happens in this court is about your behavior. You understand? Not the dog's behavior. The dog is a dog. You guys keep letting it out. I don't blame the dog for going out if you keep letting it out. What seems to be the problem? That you don't have a lock on the door that your children are how old?
7 and 9.
So a 9-year-old can reach any lock. And when are you going to educate your children that there's a consequence to letting the dog out? There's a consequence. And if you can't abide by it, you are not a responsible pit bull owner.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Are pit bulls more vicious than the average dog?
I'm sorry, I have no idea what to say.
Oh, okay.
Do this.
Okay.
No,
Why?
because they're the same as every other dog. We just stigmatize them to be.
Well, we stigmatize them, but we have a lot of cases involving pit bulls in People's Court that attack.
It is the owner's fault, not the dog's fault. It's who raises them and trains them. They are as nice as their trainer makes them be.
You believe that?
Yes, I do.
That it's the owner.
Yes.
So do pit bull owners tend to be more aggressive than the average dog owner?
No.
I think the answer has to be yes, right? Well, think about it, get back to me. Going inside the courtroom.
So what is the subject of your lawsuit is people hate you because your dog keeps getting out, and that's his fault.
He's gone to every neighbor, and I've had him, I go out on my back porch, and he's over there screaming and cussing. And then he walks up to my girl while she's taking my sons to school. He cuts her off in his van and says, I'm a gun owner, and next time I'm going to shoot your dog. I've got all these things happening.
Tell me about
to
that.
her.
Hold on a
to
second.
me.
Yeah, let me hear from her.
Make a police report about
What
it.
happened? Tell me.
After the first incident, when I was walking the children to school, he cut us off.
Okay.
And
blocking your continued path?
Yes,
Okay,
blocking our continued path. And in front of my 7 and 9-year-old, he said, I'm just letting you know, I am a licensed gun. I'm licensed to carry a concealed weapon, and I will make sure I am going to get both of your dogs put down, or I will shoot them myself.
And shoot them myself if they attack me again, or shoot
Just
them myself?
plain out, he said shoot them myself.
All right.
I was so shaken, I called the cops.
Hold on a second. Let me hear from you on what happened there.
I don't know what she's talking about. This is complete perjury. I have never done that.
Did you ever pull up and say, I have a CCF permit?
No.
And, okay.
No.
Do you know if
Myself and all the neighbors have been nothing but polite, and we have asked him,
Okay.
when the neighbors were outside with their grandkids, that they can't even go out because the dog is about to jump over the fence.
He's not going to jump over the
No,
fence.
I don't think, no, I think that it's far more likely that these two incredibly inconsiderate people will let the dog out, or their negligent children will let the dog out.
Yeah.
Somebody is clearly negligent there because it keeps happening.
Yeah.
You can only see this much of the dog on the trampoline.
So he was over there,
If you talk to him one more time, I'm going to lose my mind.
I was saying to you.
No, I need you to stop.
Okay.
Okay, because you two have no moral high ground here. You continuously think the neighborhood belongs to you. There's a reason why there's complaint after complaint after complaint from people. The neighborhood doesn't belong to you, okay? And if you don't know how to be a responsible pit bull owner, it's not on the dog, it's on you. I am not punishing Zane. I'm sure Zane is lovely. I can't get enough of Zane on that trampoline. But you two I've had enough of. So, as for pain and suffering, I am going to amend your pleadings to conform to the evidence. What that means is that when you have a right to something, but you're coming through it through the wrong vehicle, and a judge hears it, and a judge feels it very strongly, they can change the vehicle. Your vehicle was pain and suffering. They're right. You got caught. It wasn't like a major attack. You're entitled to $100 on that attack. But you know what else you're entitled to? That $2,400, not for pain and suffering on that attack. I'll give it to you already for punitive damages, because you guys have to stop. You don't own the street he walks on. He doesn't have to live like that in fear. All these other people don't have to live like that in fear. Verdict for the plaintiff, $2,500 on your counterclaim. Do not make me laugh. Now, I'm stunned that with all of these complaints, Animal Control has not already filed a case in the county court to go ahead and have the dog seized.
We're working on it, Your Honor.
Yeah. I mean, there's video. There's 5 people with an incentive to video you guys every time your dog gets out. You know, this is probably the worst negligence I've ever seen in all of my years on the bench in Miami and here of people who just can't seem to get out of their own way. You know, everybody who's living in your house keeps letting that dog out. It's a problem. And it's on video, and there's an organized effort to just seize the dog from you, which means that the dog is going to get put down. Do you want that? No, then get that dog another home. On your counterclaim 0, on his claim against you, $2,500.
Pissed her off.
I did?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you? You're the one.
Douglas, I need the paperwork out.
You weren't talking, stupid.
So in the suit and countersuit between 2 pit bull owners, the plaintiffs prevail, no question about it. You know, the judge has called you incredibly inconsiderate. How do you respond to that?
I'm just bummed that I got to lose my dog, but
Well, nobody said you had to lose your dog yet. I mean, the dog's going to lose his life.
He's got to go.
Let me ask you a question. What's the big fascination with pit bulls for you?
My kids love him, and he's a good dog. He's not a bad dog.
All right, you're going to have to do something. The neighborhood hates you, you know? Yeah. Good luck to you, all right? All right, Mr. Delk. You feel better now?
I do. It's a real serious problem that we've been fighting with for 2 years. Another neighbor had to fight it off with a shovel. I've been mauled and bit. You know, it's just a real problem, and we've worked with them. We have been asking and asking. Everybody has been polite. Everybody has been kind to them.
The judge gave you some good advice. Push harder to try and get the dog removed by Animal Control.
We are. That's the next step, for them to deem this dog dangerous and surrender.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
It's time you do it, okay? Fascinating case, Harvey. What do you think?
I mean, look, Doug, if an animal, a dog in your neighborhood is out of control, you got to call the Department of Animal Control. They can do something about it, and ultimately, if they need to, remove the dog from the neighborhood.